2022 is coming to an end, and I think it's time to look back at all the big tech we got this year. First big piece of tech to come out this year was the Galaxy S21 FE. This phone was very forgotten, and that's because it might be one of the most pointless phones we saw this year. It wasn't a bad phone, but for $700, it was very quickly outdated because the Galaxy S22, which came out only a month later, had a better build, better chip, and better cameras. On the topic of the S22, let's talk about that whole February Unpacked event. The Galaxy Tab S8 lineup was pretty good, but kind of like the S22 lineup, the most exciting line was the Ultra. The Tab S8 Ultra was a pretty cool idea. Samsung hadn't really attempted a giant tablet apart from the Galaxy View, but that doesn't really count. But the Tab S8 Ultra was kind of like Samsung's version of the Surface Book, in my opinion. The S22 and S22 Plus were pretty cool. It's nice that Samsung finally ditched the plastic back on the standard S22, and the design wasn't terribly different from the S21, but it was still very nice. It had flatter design and even bezels, which is a very clean look. The S22 Ultra was the star of the show at that event, and basically became the best all-rounder phone you can get even today. This was when Samsung finally combined the S and the Note lineup, which was, in my opinion, the right call. The design of the S22 Ultra is very nice. I love the individualized cameras. It says something that Samsung is keeping this design for the S23 Ultra because, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. March came around, we got our first Apple event of the year. The green iPhone 13 looked really nice, and the Alpine Green 13 Pro, in my opinion, was the best iPhone color we ever got. The iPhone SE3 was underwhelming. The iPad Air 5, also being underwhelming, might have been the best iPad of the year, which is kind of sad. And of course, we got the Mac Studio with M1 Max and M1 Ultra. This is a very great Mac, very unique Mac, the one that we've been asking for years. And we also got the Studio display, which is a pretty good monitor aside from the price. OnePlus 10 Pro launched globally at the end of March, and considering OnePlus's reputation was damaged very badly over the years, nobody really cared for the OnePlus 10 Pro. We didn't get anything really massive in April, but in May is where things got exciting. The iPod was finally discontinued. It's about time, but still, it's kind of sad. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV and 10 Mark IV were both announced, and they were pretty solid upgrades of the 3 lineup. But we didn't get the 5 Mark IV yet at this time, but that came out later this year, and it was also pretty good. We also got Google I.O. this year, and this is where things got really exciting. We got a full look at Android 13. We got the announcement of the Pixel 6a, which is an incredible value device, kind of controversial at launch, but still a pretty great value. And we got the announcement of the Pixel Buds Pro, which a lot of reviewers said are very decent wireless earbuds. And we got a preview of the Pixel 7, Pixel 7 Pro design, which is amazing. And we also got a preview of the long-rumored Pixel Watch, which is pretty cool aside from those bezels. And we also get a preview of the Pixel Tab, which is also pretty exciting. Anyway, June comes around and we get WWDC 2022. This is when we got iOS 16 and WatchOS 9, along with the ultra-thin M2 MacBook Air and its uglier cousin, M2 MacBook Pro, and macOS Ventura and the ever-so-controversial iPadOS 16. July was when we got Nothing. Okay, sorry, I just had to make that joke. The Nothing Phone 1 came out, and it was definitely overhyped, but I'm excited to see the future of Nothing's phones. In August, we got OnePlus 10T, which, considering how it got the Bust of the Year and MKBHD Smartphone Awards, definitely explains how damaged OnePlus's reputation is. We also got the Galaxy Unpacked event this month, and we got the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Z Flip 4. Very minor upgrades over the Flip 3 and Fold 3, but that was probably because Samsung isn't really in any rush. The only real US contender that is coming out soon is the Pixel Fold, but there's nothing really out right now, so they aren't really in any rush. Next year, they will have some competition. For right now, they don't have anything to worry about. We had the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, which was also praised by reviewers, and the Galaxy Watch 5, and we also get the Bora Purple Galaxy S22, which is stunning. September is the big month. We got iPhone months this month. We got the Apple Watch Series 8 and the Apple Watch SE. The Series 8 was very underwhelming. SE was a pretty good upgrade because we got cheaper, and it's also the watch I'm using right now. We also got the Apple Watch Ultra, which was the first time the Apple Watch got any sort of real design change. AirPods Pro 2 came out and was very praised by reviewers. Very good review for audio products by the looks of it. And we got the iPhone 14 Plus, which was honestly one of the most underwhelming iPhone upgrades we've ever gotten. The 14 Pro was different though. We got the Dynamic Island, which hadn't been rumored at all, and some very massive camera upgrades. October was a big month. We got the official release of the Pixel 7 and Pixel Watch. This seems to be the most praised Pixel launch we've ever had. And we also got Apple's mini event, where we got the new Apple TV 4K, which is pretty great. The fact that it was cheaper and it got significantly better was awesome. And it got the USB-C serial remote. The iPads were a different story. The iPad Pro was criticized for having very low changes compared to the M1 model. And the iPad 10 was criticized for its Apple Pencil charging method. November was when we got the next-gen Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip for Android smartphones coming out in 2023. And we got the first phone to ship with it, which is the Vivo X90 Pro Plus. And December was when we got the Xiaomi 13 series that also had the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. And we also got the Oppo Find N2 and Find N2 Flip, some new contenders in the foldable market or successors to Oppo's previous gen foldable. But obviously they introduced the new Find N2 Flip, which is pretty cool. And that is about it for 2022. Honestly, not that crazy of the year in my opinion, but 2023 I think is going to be very different. 2023 looks to be a pretty crazy year. So with that, see you guys next year.